Yes, hello. Today I would like to talk to you about an important topic in writing your scientific paper, and that is prefer verbs instead of nouns. Verbs are your friends. They're alive, they're full of life. Nouns are dead stones in your paper. And when you use too many nouns, it makes your paper difficult to understand. And I'm going to give you some examples of today about how to make those corrections. Here is a reviewer complaining, actually an editor, complaining about this problem in a paper. He says, it seems that many of your errors come from your using nouns instead of verbs. This makes your sentences longer because you need additional meaningless verbs to complete them. What is a meaningless verb? A meaningless verb is a verb that has no meaning except to say that it happened. Of course, we know it happened, but we want to know how it happened because we want to be clear. When we change our nouns into verbs, we can be both shorter and clearer, fulfilling both of our goals in academic writing. Let me show you an example of how that would work. Here is a sentence. Improvement of the system is achieved by variation of the control frequencies. Now, the first thing we do is we look for a noun in this sentence that can be changed into a verb. Now, I see the word improvement, and I know I can make that into a verb, improve. I see another noun, variation, and I know I can make that into a verb, varying. I can also see that right now this is a passive sentence. I see the word by here, and I know my real subject in a passive sentence follows by. So I should begin my sentence with my subject and change my nouns into verbs, and what happens? Varying the control frequencies improves the system. Notice our sentence is both shorter and clearer. Also notice I don't need my garbage verb, achieved. So many times we see garbage verbs in sentences because the real verb is not doing its job. Typical garbage verbs are achieved, occurred, made, done. I want to know how it was made, how it occurred, how it was achieved. That word is telling me nothing. So rather than using this garbage verb, I can use my real verb, varying and improve, and I don't need the garbage verb anymore. Let's take a look at another example. Enumeration of 3 reasons why the English language has become so important was made by Thompson. Now my subject in this sentence is Thompson. I want to make this into an active sentence, so I will move Thompson to the beginning of the sentence, and I will change my noun, enumeration, into a verb, enumerate. And when I do that, I will not need my garbage verb, was made by. I won't need that anymore. What happens when we do that? Thompson enumerated 3 reasons why the English language has become so important. So you see how I can reduce the words in my sentence. Also, it's very clear from the beginning of the sentence who's doing the action. Rather than using those heavy nouns, we prefer our living verbs. A slight increase occurs in the performance rate. Now, my subject in this sentence is the performance rate. I want to move that to the beginning of my sentence to make this an active sentence. And when I do that, I can get rid of my garbage verb, occurs. I want to know how it occurred. And what happens? The performance rate slightly increased. Notice how my adjective, slight, becomes an adverb, slightly, and my noun, increase, becomes a verb. The CD57 expression on CD8 plus cells in certain viral infections such as CMV and HIV has been demonstrated. Now I want to know how it was demonstrated. And to do that, I need to find my noun, which is expression, and change it into a verb, express. What happens when we do that? CD8 plus cells express CD57 in certain viral infections such as CMV and HIV. Discussion of the challenges and strategies for facilitation and promotion of ERP was performed by Smith. I want you to notice in this sentence another problem with using too many nouns. When we use a lot of nouns, discussion, facilitation, promotion, we also need a lot of prepositions of, on, by, through, in. Sometimes when I read a long sentence full of lots and lots of nouns, it's difficult to understand because I have to see what is on what, is by what, is through what. However, if I use verbs instead of nouns, this problem goes away. Let's start with the subject of the sentence, which is Smith. Smith discussed the challenges and strategies for facilitating and promoting ERP. We're using verbs rather than nouns, and our sentence becomes shorter and clearer. Well, thank you for joining us. We have a lot of other information for Taiwan scholars working on papers to publish. If you'd like more information, please visit our blog, editing.tw/blog. We also provide editing and translation help for Taiwanese scholars preparing to publish in international journals. And for more information on that, please visit editing.tw. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.